Bofrank. I'm an attorney based in Gainesville, Florida. I own my own law firm, the law office of Bobi J. Frank.
Your reaction to the mayor?
Disgust. Not surprise. Disgust. And it's very interesting because the mayor, in fact, did use the word attacked. And then when pressed further by you five folks in the media, he said, I put the words in my mouth. I didn't say attacked. I said accused. That's not what he said. We all heard it, did we not? That exemplifies and highlights exactly what the citizens of Marion County, specifically here in the city of Ocala, have had to endure for decades. Decades. We beg the people of Ocala to get involved. Only you can stop this reign of corruption and terror. Only you can force them to do the right thing. You have to get involved. You have to demand that Chief Graham be either reassigned or put on administrative leave pending further investigation. Have you ever heard of an individual in similarly situated circumstances being allowed to remain in power while an investigation is going on, while the people that are accusing him of these horrible incidents have to walk through this door to conduct their shifts and look at him every day? The witnesses that we're going to have to rely on for the evidence and support, they are also under his control. They are also in this building. It defies all logic.
Bobi, I think a lot of us have read the grievance, but we don't necessarily have copies of it. So can you sort of surmise for us what your clients, these three plaintiffs, are accusing the chief of?
I'm not able to go into specifics. I would love to. However, I'm required to keep the specifics of the grievance confidential during the internal affairs investigation. However, what I can remind the fine citizens of Ocala is that the mayor just recognized and admitted that that grievance, in fact, includes sexual harassment claims, discrimination claims, and retaliation claims. So the mere fact that retaliation has been asserted against Chief Graham supports the assertion that he needs to be, at minimum, reassigned during this investigation. The mayor was just as transparent as you're ever going to see as it relates to his motives. This has been going on for decades. I mean, I'm all for letting the investigation process take place, and that's all we're asking for. We want a fair investigation. And let me clarify something that the mayor stated. He stated that they took it upon themselves to go ahead and retain the law firm that they did. Investigate that law firm, specifically the lead attorney on this case, Robert Larkin, and come to your own conclusions as to why he was hired. The mayor in Pensacola relied on him to investigate matters similar to this in his area, and those were found to be untrue. Come to your own conclusions.
Who would you like to?
I want FDLE involved. I want the Tampa-based FDLE investigatory unit. It's the best that we have in the state. It's free. Why wouldn't you rely on them?
Is there a concern that the deputy chief is also involved in the investigation part of it?
At this time, I'm not going to comment on that. I don't have any evidence to support that assertion.
How are your clients doing? They're having to continue to work under his leadership. How do they deal with that?
Terrible, terrified, horrible. Pick a word. Pick a word. It's disgusting what's going on here. The mayor is worried about Chief Graham's feelings. The mayor is worried about how and that he's beloved, and that this Ocala Police Department is turned upside down because of this. So he's already told the community, I stand with the chief. Doesn't matter how this investigation is going to come out. I stand with the chief. Oh, and a very important part that you need to be aware of is there's this thing called attorney-client privilege, as well as work product doctrine. So most of the results of that investigation will not be made available to the community at large, but you're going to pay for it. I'm pretty sure that the citizens of Ocala are much smarter than the mayor and the councilman are giving them credit for. And I implore the councilman, get involved. We need your help. The mayor, left to his own devices, is going to continue to stand with Chief Graham. He has made that clear. He has made it clear that he does not stand with the three victims. That was a 12-page grievance. 12 pages. And I also would assert that the community at large, most people have access to the internet. Google Greg Graham. Go back to 2001. Go back to 2003. See what you find on here. See if he was determined to have falsified a report given in an internal affairs investigation. See if he was forced to admit that he engaged in an inappropriate sexual encounter and relationship, including an extramarital affair with a Marion County Sheriff's officer that, if that officer was employed here, would have been his subordinate. So when the mayor was asked that direct question and he said never, Palace citizens can figure out whether or not that was true.
Did all three of these clients come to you at the same time?
No.
How did you manage to get three? How did they all come together?
Well, just like everything, once your name gets out in the community as somebody who will zealously fight for the rights of individuals, that you tend to gain the trust of the community. I'm a huge law enforcement officer supporter. I always have been, always will be. I stand with our family in blue. I think that's what's happened here is reprehensible. These officers have zealously, indiscriminately, and loyally served and protected their community. And now it's time that the community stands up and demands that this type of corruption, systemic corruption, is stopped now. Take your community back and we need your help. Call your councilman, call the mayor's office, call the governor. Demand that other people look at this. The writing is on the wall. This is not my interpretation. These are the facts.
What do you think is going to happen without someone like the FBI stepping in and investigating? It's like you think.
I think they're going to find a way to try to sweep it under the rug, but what they don't understand is we will not rest until justice is served. Period.
Is there hopes that maybe the governor might?
That's correct. 12-page grievance, that's correct. I'm sure you're aware of what a grievance is.
For
Is
those
there?
of us who don't know, though, what is it?
A grievance is a process that is pursuant to formal Palo Police Department directives 3.04. It's a process by which when officers have a claim against a superior or a fellow officer, or citizens alike have a claim of wrongdoing against a police officer, or a police officer against a citizen, it's the method by which they start a formal investigation process.
And that's what we're doing, based on what I understand, correct?
I believe that you're doing it. Basically, what's happening is the individuals that are being accused are the individuals that are choosing who are going to determine whether or not they're guilty. So I would say that no, you're not.
Is there any
How old are
hope that the governor might?
How old are these accusations and why did they come forward now?
I'm sorry, say again.
How old are the accusations and why do they come forward now?
Most of them are within the recent 180 days.
Is there any hope that the governor might get involved in?
Yes, I do hope Governor Scott gets involved. He came in and stepped in when he was needed at the sheriff's department, and I think that it's very clear that he's needed again here in Marion County.
So what's the process? You got to file a grievance and you do a complaint, and what's next?
Thank you for the question. That's a great question. We filed the grievance, and simultaneous to filing the grievance here, we also filed a complaint with the EEOC, that's Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. They will then launch an investigation, and after 180 days, they will either determine that it doesn't merit further investigation, or they will issue a right to sue letter. It's a preliminary, it's called what's called condition precedent before we are able to file a lawsuit in the civil court system. I plan on pursuing every legal remedy that is required in order to have justice served.
Will this take the place of your press conference tomorrow?
No. Any further questions? Thank you very much.